Frank Sepe with NPCNewsOnline. I'm here at the IFBB Pittsburgh Pro Championships. I got legendary bodybuilder Kevin Levrone here and 5-time Mr. Olympia Phil Heath. And Kevin made a special announcement today that he's doing the Mr. Olympia this year. So I'm going to hand it off to Phil, and he's going to interview Kevin. Okay?
All right. Real quick, this man needs no introduction, of course. Kevin Levrone is obviously one of my favorite bodybuilders. When I first started looking at bodybuilding in a classroom in college in 2002, I happened to see one of his routines on a guy's laptop, and I was like, who is this guy? And they're like, oh, it's Kevin Levrone. I was like, this guy looks like an athlete, man. Like, he looks like all proportioned, like it just looks cool. He goes, are you in a bodybuilding? I was like, nah, I play hoops, but this guy is just incredible. So I started following him. And just like a lot of you guys watching, you get into bodybuilding, you start trying to aspire to be like certain people. Now, obviously, I have Flex Wheeler and Shawn Rhoden to look at, but I started always leaning toward Kevin, more likely because of his charisma on stage and his ability to pose. And, you know, I know his routines. I've watched him. I know, like, majority of my playlists come from him. Very big rock and roll background, and, you know, he posed to, like, Rage Against the Machine to, you know, I mean, to Creed, to a lot of Creed, you know, all these different routines. And now I have to change things up a little bit, I think, because my routine is going to have to pay a little bit more homage to myself, because I was going to do a routine using one of Kevin's songs.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so.
What song?
Well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because I still might use it, so I don't know. But anyway, Kevin, how do you feel being able to come here in Pittsburgh and announce finally that you're going to get back on the IFBB Pro stage?
Phil, you know, it's just the fans has been pushing me, you know, constantly for 8 years, 7 years. And like I said, man, I told you, I said, look, as long as you're out there, there's no point in me even competing, because you have everything that I have and more. You know, you're youthful. You got a lot. You're 5-time Mr. Olympia, you know. So, but it's like, you know, and you see it. You know, the fans are like always comparing us, and constantly comparing us. Yeah. And it seems like one of the things. I mean, you guys are like on this hardcore, man. So, you know what? I went, Phil, and I had and again, you know, I'm just like, hey, man, you know, at my age, you're not really supposed to be bench pressing 405, you know what I mean, doing the things that I do in the gym, because I haven't really worked out in 11 years. But January, something hit me, man, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go back in the gym, and I'm just going to see where I'm at. Not even thinking about coming back or anything, just seeing where I'm at. But since January, the weights just started coming on. You know, I gained like 35, close to 40 pounds of muscle, working out like 3-4 days a week. And I'm thinking, damn, you know, and I started looking in the mirror, I'm like, this stuff really looks like, it looks familiar to me, right, you know, honestly. And again, you know, going back 8 years, there's something about that Olympia stage that I have some unfinished business about, you know. But again, I said, you know what, let me go to my doctors and get a full scan and see what's going on. If my x-rays come back, or my scans come back, and I see damage, you know, right, if I just see an increment of damage, right? Yeah. That goes to tell me, and Shawn was like, yeah, you got to be cool, father time, and this and that. And I said, you know what, let me be smart about it. So I went, and I had a full body scan checkup. Everything came back perfect on Wednesday. That was like Wednesday of this week. And I called Robin Chang. I said, Robin, you won't believe what this stuff looks like. And I sent him the x-rays. He said, so what are you going to do? He's like, you know how Robin is. Yeah. He's like, so what are you going to do? Right. And I'm thinking, and I go online, and I'm looking at pictures of you. So now the competitive part of me is starting to kick in, right? And I'm looking at pictures of him, and I'm thinking, damn, that boy's got a serious back, and that boy's got this, and I'm thinking, man. But you know what, Phil? I'm the type of person to where it's like, I always like to do things that people say, oh yeah, because you're old, you can't do it. Oh yeah, because you tore your pec, it can't be done. Oh yeah, unless you know somebody, you can't be an actor. So I said, you know, I see this opportunity, this window of opportunity, so I'm going to take it. If Weeder is giving me the intro or the invite, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go up there because this is something that I have to do for myself, something that I have to do for the fans. But I believe that I can go up there and present this package because, like I said, it's some unfinished business on that stage, nothing to do with you, Nothing to do with any of the other guys. That's like the only show that constantly, it torments me at night, you know, because I got 4 times second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't know what that feels like.
Yeah, I do. I got second in 2010.
Not 4 times.
Not 4 times, no.
So, you know, you got 5 Sandowns, man. And I'm just looking forward, you know, and the fans want to see what we look like.
For sure.
Side by side. They want to see it, you know. But it's like, you know what, I have everything going against me. So I gotta come out blazing, and when I go home, I gotta think about going back to, like, you know, method mode, you know, of what got me there in the beginning. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for embracing this opportunity, bro. You're 5-time Mr. Olympia, and, you know, if we can go out there and give the fans what they want to see, then great. That's what I'm looking for.
I think a lot of people, and I think Frankie will attest to this too, we're all very motivated by hearing that. And, you know, I'm a fan. I've always told you this. And I think it'll, you know, spark a new bodybuilding for people that feel like, that watch this, that'll say, wow, if Kevin can do this, man, I have no excuse. This guy's going against the best in the world. He has unfinished business. You know what, guys? He tore his pec. He's had these issues. And you know what? I have these issues. I got a family. I got this. But I'm going to go to work today with a better outlook on life, and I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow because he's in there killing it. And you know what you're going to do, in my opinion, is inspire a lot of people in that age bracket too that want to get back into watching bodybuilding again, which is great for the sport. And I'm very honored to even hear this news. I think it's important that you, the fans, continue to follow NPC News Online and obviously the Mr. Olympia website for all the new updates, especially on social media, and tell us what you guys like. I know he's going to be in the mix. Now my game plan has to change a little bit, to be honest, because I know in my mind what this gentleman looks like. And it is phenomenal. We all know that. To be able to hit that hand clasp most muscular next to Kevin is going to be something that I'm going to have to put all of his pictures on my refrigerator every day and look at it and say, when I'm training and I'm doing those presses, the majority of the workouts you guys see are shoulder-based. I learned a lot of it from this guy because my frame is not very large, but I learned how to get these round cap shoulders, obviously with my trainer, Hani Rambod, but we incorporated a lot of the Smith machine behind the neck presses, a lot of the front presses, a lot of the hammer strength stuff, a lot of the side laterals. I pay homage. And, you know, the presentation that Kevin has had over the years, and he's always been polished, and it's going to really keep a lot of us in check because the last thing we want to do is, you know, show disrespect to him not coming correct.
You know, and another thing, I just want to say, you know, I've been watching your training videos, and I've also learned something. You know, you're constantly learning and evolving. And you know, back in the day when we used to work out, we used to go in the gym and kill it. You know, I'm like a barbell guy. Yeah. You know, the barbells, the heavy benches, heavy squats. But I saw you doing, and correct me if I'm wrong, is it 7 and 7? 10 and 10?
Oh, yeah, 7 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions.
Yeah. 7 and 7. And I want to tell you, man, honestly, it's like what he was, 100-pound dumbbells, you were doing 10 reps, resting, going back, doing 10, going back, resting. And you said something that was really, really smart. And this is something that I got to implement in my training. You said something about training to prevent injury, training smart. So I saw you really overloading and attacking that muscle in a way to where you were just breaking down those fibers. And it showed me, like, I've never trained like that. So watching that, and actually Brian's my training partner right there. We went in the gym. That's why we did all those reps yesterday. But I got some inspiration from you too, man. So, you know, things are going to be different, you know, going into the show. I'm going to do my hardcore stuff in training. And actually I'm looking forward to hooking up with Phil. Flying out to Colorado, maybe you can come down to Maryland, and we're gonna give you guys what's up, man.
I would love to see him in Colorado because the altitude is very, very crazy. So it is, from a lot of people saying it's an advantage, but it'd be good the fans in Colorado would love to see you. Because I can't remember have you ever been up there to pose?
Never.
So
Never.
I mean, just to have you, over at Armbrust Pro Gym where I train at, you'd be welcome with open arms. I'll pick you up from the airport and take you around town. Awesome. You know?
Awesome.
I just want to know, you always brought your best in a contest. Now, you haven't competed in a long time. What are your expectations? And I know you don't go in to lose. So why do you think at this age, you can take Phil down, and what are your expectations? What would make you happy? Final outcome.
Well, I mean, of course. I mean, I'm a competitor to win. Yep. I don't go on stage. Even when I don't believe that you should train for any IFBB show, walk on stage just to not win. Like, I mean,
what I want to hear.
That's how he is. That's how every fierce competitor have to believe that, because every show that I've ever competed in, 68 of them, I mean, I went on stage to win. And I wasn't really thinking about who was there, who I needed to beat. I just wanted to win the show. You know what I mean? Nothing against Dorian Yates, Shawn Ray, Dexter Jackson. Like, everybody that Phil competes with, I mean, Dexter, me and him had our battles. I beat Dexter, I beat Jay, I beat Ronnie. Never had a chance. Well, yeah, I mean, I got Yates booed off stage a couple of times. But, so for me, I'm a competitor. He's a competitor. All these guys are competitors. Nobody's going out there to play second, third, fifth, or whatever. So in my mind, when I'm training, I'm in my zone. I'm going to push my body to the limit to do what it is that I need to do to look my best. You know what I mean? And that's all I think about. That's all I think about.
We got another Maryland bodybuilder who wants to ask you a question. Yeah. Bring him in. Take the mic.
What's up, brother?
Yes, sir. Let's see here. I remember back in 2009, 2008.
I feel like I'm at like a family reunion, or one of those, what do you call it, a high school reunion. Yeah, man, this is what's up.
2008, I did an interview with you for Maryland Muscle Machine, M3 website.
Yeah.
And I sat down and I was like, hey, you know what, Kevin, I've been away for 7 years. I'm thinking about making a comeback to bodybuilding. And you looked at me and you were like, okay. But
Shawn, you were half the size you are now, though, right?
Yeah, it was maybe about 212 pounds.
See, I know Shawn when Shawn was small. I mean, you were like, what, 200 maybe? Yeah. And I remember seeing him, he came to me, he says, I want to be a pro, you know? And you guys get it. People tell you that all the time. I looked at him, I'm like, so everything was pain, suffering. You have no idea what it takes, you know? But you know what, man? You did it, and I'm very, very proud of you. I put Maryland on the map, but you continue to put us on the map to this day. I always was a fan of your physiques. What you've done with your body is phenomenal, and I commend you on that, and I respect you for that, you know, because there's room for all of us, man, and I like what you're doing. You got a beautiful physique, man, and I just want to say I'm proud of you, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. But I'm excited to hear that, you know, you're coming back, because you were one of, you know, the guys back in the days, you know, you and Flex Wheeler. Thanks. Back in the late 90s when I'm like, hey, you know, Kevin was, you know, 40 minutes down the road from me.
Yeah.
And that was my inspiration back then.
And we got to get our workout in too, bro.
I still remember that phone call.
We have a reason to train.
Yeah, it's going to be a little crazy just because of the simple fact that we know his presentation is something that is going to be up there, you know, with the best. And one of the awesome things that I noticed is that Kevin, don't get it twisted, he knows all the tricks too. Because there's probably times when Kevin was not at his best, but knew how to present his physique better and got places higher. Because I think I read in Flex years ago that you were able to do that. And that reminds me, obviously Shawn, and some of the, I'd say, more veteran guys that, hey, you young guys that are actually doing the Olympia, if you don't know like how he goes at his business, you will lose. You will lose because he's on my radar, and if he's not on yours, you're gonna lose. Not a lot of pressure, but there is, because I mean, let's just face it, it's because of the body parts. It's because of the roundness. There's just certain things you can't teach. You can't teach guys like Jordan to fly. You know, he just had it. The roundness that you carry with the traps to the shoulders to the triceps. I hate to say it, guys, but he's just genetically blessed. And with the hard work and the dedication and stuff, it's just one of those things that Shawn and I both can agree. We want to go against the best, and we want to be able to go against our idols and stuff like that. I know it's like you're excited. Yeah.
They're like, you know, Kevin is coming back. He's going to be at the Olympia, and for me that was an excitement because, again, growing up and going to the Arnold and watching you and Flex Wheeler on stage, and it's like one of those things where you're like, okay, so now I get to stand next to one of the great, one of the guys that I looked up to, one of the guys that, and I've always said, man, and if I could only be like Kevin, or if I could do the stuff that Kevin does. And now, to be able to, be competing at that level and having an opportunity to stand next to you, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I heard Phil just said, your game plan changed. Because now you're thinking, what Kevin is going to bring. Not just his presentation, but everything else that comes with, Kevin Levrone is going to be on stage. So in order for you to be your best and shine at your best, you got to, be your best all time. And, I've been, going back and forth with Phil since 2012, and now I'm thinking, what the? Now I got to think, oh, shit, now Kevin, but it's an excitement, knowing that, you're going to bring back a lot of the fans that was into bodybuilding, as they say, the golden era, that was into bodybuilding back then. When this get out, you can see now people are going to be a little bit more excited, like, oh, crap, like, bodybuilding is back. It's going to be awesome.
And we will be in shape. Kevin, I just want to say to the fans, thank you guys for watching. Kevin, do you have any final words you'd like to say? It's not final. We know that you're going to be around training. Where can we find you on the internet right now?
Yeah, Phil, guys, you can find me at on my Instagram, Kevin Levrone. That's my Instagram handle. Of course, I tweet out there as well. It's Levrone Kevin on my Twitter, and then my Facebook page is the official Kevin Levrone. But the next stop for me is we actually, all of us will be at Body Power, right? So we'll be in England, seeing all you fans over there. And I just want to say thanks a lot to the place where we got started, which is the NPC. And I think if you ask both of these guys, we never thought we'd be where we are today. But this is a beautiful sport. It's certainly a healthy sport. These are my last final words. When someone tell you bodybuilding is an unhealthy sport, it's not true. It's a very healthy sport. I've been in this game for like 20 years. Turned pro in 1991, and here I am going back in 2016, and I got a clean bill of health. So always believe, never quit, and never give up. And you guys also can be right here where we are. So you just never know. Just believe in yourself.
Well, thanks, Kevin, and thank you guys for watching. For Shawn Rhoden, Kevin Levrone, and myself, along with Frank Sepe, we are out. But before I go, be sure to go on NPC News Online for more updates as we're going into the Olympia. And also, we got some big shows coming up out in Chicago, the NPC Junior Nationals, along with the USAs. And then we're going to go all the way to the Olympia in Las Vegas. So we'll see you soon, guys. Thank you so much.